Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the Twitter video. That is an email sent to somebody that has been redacted from Jeffrey Epstein.
Watch this at your own risk. Tonight we're back and I brought you TikToks that the mainstream will never show you. And you may be wondering how I get access to these TikToks. I went to the deepest and darkest part with all the most hidden secrets. And I found videos that we were never supposed to see. So this is just a fair warning. These videos will change your reality and I don't know if you'll be able to make it to the end of the video. And every single time I post these videos, I see somebody in the comments talking about, Sean, these videos aren't even scary. Just wait and see. I got something for you tonight. And definitely don't watch this alone because this is gonna get terrifying. What's even scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you.
Scientists literally sent viruses to the International Space Station and they're saying that they came back different and that they've evolved in ways that they've never seen on Earth. This is genuinely insane. These researchers sent bacteria infecting viruses to the ISS to see what would happen in zero gravity, and the results just came out. On Earth, they're saying that these viruses normally infect bacteria within 20 to 30 minutes, but in space, the whole process slowed down dramatically. Infections that should have happened within hours took way longer to appear. Whenever the scientists looked at the genomes of the viruses that came back, they found mutations that have never been seen before on Earth. The space viruses actually evolved to become better at bonding to bacteria, basically getting more effective at infecting their hosts. Meanwhile, the bacteria also evolved too, and they're saying that it developed new defenses to survive in microgravity. Okay. The researchers then used those space-evolved viruses to create new versions that were more effective at defending against drug-resistant bacteria back on Earth. We are talking about literal superbugs that antibiotics cannot touch, so space is literally teaching us how to fight diseases that we can't cure yet. I know that this entire story obviously sounds a little scary, but they're trying to put it to good use and fight actual viruses on Earth that we can't cure. I will absolutely keep you updated on this because this would be a huge deal if new space viruses would now help us beat superbugs.
You know, in my opinion, I think they know how to cure everything, but they just want to slow down the process so that they can make more money off people being sick. But you know, what do I know, bro? I'm just a YouTuber, you know.
When you come across a subject like reptilian aliens here on the Earth, you better go back and do your homework, because if it sounds crazy, it's probably true. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. So I am totally convinced that the world that we live in is being run by entities which are not human. That's my personal belief.
Jay-Z and Pusha T is in the Epstein files too? Say it ain't so, fool. Say it ain't so. Mr. Big Pimpin' and Mr. Pushin' P. This wasn't the only thing he was pushing, allegedly. They say he was a handler. Beyonce, you know about this? Now, what we not gonna do is be hypocrites. Because it don't matter if you black, white, red, blue, green. If you in that Epstein file and you was doing some weird shit, you're a weirdo. So allegedly, a woman said she was abducted, and when she woke up, she looked around and seen Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein in the same room. Now, like I said, it's alleged, but if it's true, you're a weirdo. But the simple fact that you're in the files, something is wrong. I need y'all thoughts down below in the comments. We're not gonna do that hypocrite shit. We're not. We don't need no excuses, bruh. 1 + 1 is 2.
El Cukui isn't just a bedtime threat. Some people believe he's been around for centuries. El Cukui comes from Latin American folklore, with stories dating back hundreds of years, passed down long before written records. He's described differently depending on the region, sometimes tall and thin, sometimes hunched, sometimes almost shapeless. What stays the same is that he's never described clearly. Some legends say he's unusually tall, able to reach ceilings or loom over doorways, especially in children's rooms. El Cukui is said to be found in dark corners, closets, under beds, and places children are told not to look. Stories say he appears most to disobedient children, usually at night, when the house is quiet. They say El Cukui doesn't need to chase you. If you believe in him, he already knows where you sleep.
New Jeffrey Epstein files have just leaked that he was a toxic Xbox gamer. As you can see right here, in the recent Epstein files, it was leaked that he was apparently so toxic when he played on the Xbox that he got his account banned. Apparently, he got his account banned for severe harassment and abusive behavior towards other players. And Xbox, as you can see, sent him a very lengthy and detailed, examination on why he, got banned. Long story short, never in a million years would I have ever thought Epstein was, 1, an Xbox gamer, 2, a gamer in general, but 3, someone who was just like everyone else. You could have been in a Call of Duty lobby with Jeffrey Epstein and you wouldn't have even known. But apparently you would have known because he would have been talking in the mic, saying a lot of crazy-ish, talking trash on the game. Do you know how bad of a person you have to be for you to be banned on Xbox or even PlayStation back in 2013? I don't think you'll understand. 2013 was a year where cancel culture didn't exist. You could say whatever you want and nothing will happen. And the fact that you got banned is insane. Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me.
This is kind of terrifying because when I was younger, I was definitely playing Xbox. So I might have been lobbied up with Jeffrey Epstein and I didn't even know it. Thankfully, I wasn't in game chat all the time because, one wrong word, I could have been on the island too. So
when I seen them having tampons for the Transformer men.
Wait, hold on. What you mean?
Listen, bro, I was in the airport in New York, I think.
Oh, of course.
In their bathroom.
Libby Town.
Yeah.
They had free tampons in the men's
See,
bathroom.
that's what I'm saying, man. We've
and
gone.
I'm thinking to myself, like, let me take one of these and just so I can have this to show. I got it in my bag right now.
Ain't no way.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. I've been on point. I got to show y'all this.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Not only they have Tampon Tim, running that shit in Minnesota, but New York too?
I was in New York and these was in the bathroom for free.
Ain't no way.
In the men's bathroom.
Ain't no way.
And I'm looking at myself like,
what do you even do with that?
We live in a sick society.
I'm like, wait a second. What's these for? And then the dude who cleaned the bathroom, he said, those are for people who identify as ladies.
Get the fuck out
I'm
of
looking
here.
like, so wait a second. They don't have no uterus.
Did you see the dude that was beaten off in the women's bathroom?
Now see that right there?
Yeah.
When I saw that video, I'm glad I wasn't there for that.
And then he tried to get wild.
That's the whole thing, because he's still a man, Dev. You single, you around a bunch of females, and you don't have the rage in your body might get out of control. You see what I'm saying?
Where have we
You walking
gone?
around with the silicone move on you all day.
Where have we gone as a
Think
society?
about that. Think about you got groups of people walking around with a strapped on all day. That's a mental health crisis. And where are you as a society when you letting everybody trick your species off the planet?
This all started when the CIA started to fund the feminist movement. Then it morphed into breaking the family unit and confusing everybody. It's not like the old school gays, okay?
Nah,
you like
old
boys,
school
cool.
gays,
If you're a guy, you like guys. If you're a girl, you like girls.
Nah, we good with y'all.
We good with y'all.
We good with y'all.
But this shit to where they're inverting everything, I wonder how many politicians are trans and we don't know it.
That's what kind of got Candace and all that trouble.
And then I posted all the pictures of all these dudes' wives who look like men. Like if you look at, have you seen the Princess of Bulgaria?
Man,
looks like Dracula.
That's crazy.
Now look.
Swear to God.
Now when you pull that person up, like damn, that's his boyfriend. You gotta think about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a straight monster.
Hold on, bro.
That make the Draco come
Hold
out.
on,
You see
bro.
her too long.
That's what I'm saying.
See her in the back alley.
Look
Hold
at
on.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
she put you in the
saying.
headlock as a wrap.
That might
Bro.
be tough battle. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
You gotta fight for
I'm
your
gonna really
life,
have
boy.
to. I'm gonna really have to
You
go
got
for
to
that.
fight for your life somewhere with her, boy.
No, for sure.
And if you look at Chuck Schumer's wife, Obama's wife, Barbara Bush, she looks crazy.
I always
Barbara
say
Bush is wild.
when when the male and the female they shoulders the same width, gotta watch out.
Something ain't right.
I told y'all it was demonic, but nobody wanted to listen to me. And in this video that I just found, that literally no one is talking about, it blatantly shows that Cardi B is not real, but she works for evil. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Cardi B's been known for glitching out, where she'll randomly freeze and kind of act like an NPC. But in this video, she slipped up because to an extent, she displayed who she's working for. Now, what do I mean? I'm saying that Hollywood's known for worshiping Satan, constantly making references and constantly having symbolic gestures, all of these different things. And whoever is controlling Cardi B, they shouldn't have let her slip up, because now the whole world knows what's going on. And if she has such a huge influence on society, doesn't that mean they're controlling you too?
I hate humans. Humans I hate. So 50 Cent has a new target, and it's Jay-Z, and you are not ready for the videos he allegedly has on him. So yeah, the next rapper on 50 Cent's list is Jay-Z. But how do we know this? A few days ago, 50 Cent posted something on Instagram showing a caricature of Jay-Z. But the most important part is a comment a fan left saying, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" And 50 Cent liked that comment. So this isn't just speculation. There's a very real chance that 50 Cent is currently preparing a documentary about Jay-Z. By the way, shout out to the last 2 people who subscribed. We're pushing for 50,000 subscribers. Love y'all. So back to it. Yes, 50 Cent will probably drop a documentary on Jay-Z, especially since we know how close Jay-Z is to Diddy. Diddy even sees Jay-Z as his brother. Let's be real. They're not going to convince us that Jay-Z didn't know about everything Diddy was doing. Jay-Z and Diddy were together all the time, so there's no way he didn't see what was going on at those events. A lot of people even think Jay-Z attended Diddy's freak-off parties, and on top of that, last year, Jay-Z and Diddy were accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. Now, is that true or not? I don't know. But one thing's for sure. If 50 Cent is trying to take Jay-Z down, it's not going to be easy. Jay-Z is more powerful than Diddy, especially with Beyonce by his side. Those two are probably the most powerful couple in the United States. We're talking billions of dollars. So let me know in the comments, do you also see Jay-Z as a weird dude? Or do you think people are just making things up for no reason?
I said this in the last video, but bro, I still cannot get over Jay-Z's nose. That thing is ginormous, bro. He's got one of the top 5 biggest sniffers I've seen in my entire life. If you're trapped in a room with him, all that oxygen is gone, bro. You may as well just bring like a scuba tank with you just in case.
Britney Spears posts a lot of random things, but I am so confused about why she has been posting Justin Bieber lately, and I find it interesting that this is the picture that she chose to post on her IG, considering where the baby is positioned, and it also looks like he's using one-eyed symbolism. And if it's meant to be just a happy moment between father and son, why isn't he smiling? Why does he look like he's threatening whoever is taking the picture? And then she made this super cryptic post about Elton John. I've been thinking of you a lot. I keep having the same dream. I have another baby and you pick her up and we have tea in London. I bless you and you bless me because our intentions are true blood and I have someone to look up to. I sound silly as pie. What is bad blood? Also, since winning her conservatorship, she has made about a dozen posts about chess, stating some like me have never tried and honestly I don't care to, but why do my eyes feel like I go to another world when I see the game? Is it because people care? She also keeps repeating the same quote underneath her chess pictures. You can't do that. Well, I just did. And then again here. This one was very bizarre to me as well. And then she posts this. Maybe the stars are blind. Eyes are the windows to the soul. I'm spot on dancing on point to protect my eyes. Night and day compared them with off, and that makes me sad. Why do I feel the need to protect my eyes?
This restaurant owner just went viral for the most perfect response to a 1-star review ever, and the internet is absolutely losing it over this right now. Okay, so basically this just blew up all over Instagram. This customer named Gabby left a 1-star review for a restaurant called On the Border, and the complaints were unhinged. She said in her review that she showed up 10 minutes before the restaurant closed, and the waitress looked angry, and the menu had so many options that it stressed her out. She said that the free chips and salsa on the table filled her up before her actual meal came. The waitress apparently said no problem instead of you're welcome, and the ice in her drink melted. The meal portions were apparently too big, and then she left her to-go box in her backseat on accident, and now she's complaining that her car smells like food. Dude, the owner of the restaurant responded to this review with an absolute masterpiece. They said in their reply, "Let me get this straight, you're angry because 1, you showed up right before closing and you were upset that our staff looked like they were closing. 2, you ate so much free food that you weren't hungry anymore. 3, ice melts. 4, we gave you too much food. And then 5, we didn't personally escort the to-go box out of your back seat." He said, "We're sorry, the laws of time, temperature, and personal responsibility didn't work in your favor that evening. Our hours, ice, manners, and menu will remain unchanged." Dude, this post has just under 400,000 likes, and people are absolutely losing it in the comments.
If this doesn't make you uncomfortable, you're not paying attention, or something. For 5 straight months, doing 10-hour shifts, a robot at BMW was building cars. No breaks, no days off, no complaining. Just tirelessly working, getting the job done. This wasn't a demo, y'all. And it wasn't a test run either. This was straight to the point. This robot showed up to work like a human, except for it didn't ask for no break, it didn't complain, none of that. It didn't stub its toe and be like, oh, I can't work, I gotta sit down, or my mental is killing me. Here's why this matters. If a robot can build cars nonstop, a company doesn't have to worry about paying nobody health care, no one calling out, nothing. That means faster production. That means the job is going to get done, lower cost, and then they don't have to have no humans doing the shit. Some people say that this is more progress, more efficiency, better technology. Y'all gotta remember, progress always replaces something. Factories used to be packed with hella humans, hell of us. Now, you will catch like 2 supervisors and all machines. Once robots prove that they can work anywhere consistently without no breaks or nothing, what stops them from putting them in fast foods, warehouses, everywhere? Nothing. Yeah, it's true. Technology can make life easier, obviously, but a lot of people is going to get left behind because of this. A lot of jobs is going to be gone. I feel like we're literally watching the future replace us. This shit crazy, fool. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the Twitter video. That is an email sent to somebody that has been redacted from Jeffrey Epstein in April of 2009. It's a very simple message, but a very telling message. I loved the Twitter video. Now, obviously, we all know that the Epstein scandal has involved plenty of notorious, wealthy, powerful individuals. And I've been talking for years on my social media about the reality behind snuff films and rings. Those are real things that exist in the real world. A few weeks ago, I covered the Sasha Riley story. I did a whole video breakdown on my YouTube channel and my podcast, The Conspiracy Files. But basically, Sasha Riley is a victim who has come forward, who claims they were allegedly by Trump, by Epstein and the ring itself. But he talked extensively about being filmed during. There are actually a lot of victims that have come forward and stated that they were physically. There are lots of allegations of murder, especially within these tip sheets that were also released today. At one point, I believe it's a security guy actually claims that if a girl continues to speak up, she might end up as fertilizer. But none of this is new. People who've actually studied this story for years, like I have, and know investigative journalists, and I even know survivors, everybody knows that Epstein was not only producing CSAM materials, which really in effect served as blackmail material, but it also seems like he was producing, if not snuff films, productions. I mean, there are lots of different accounts from survivors that have escaped really, really bizarre circumstances. For example, there are survivors who have talked about Epstein's attempts at human cloning. Some people have claimed they've seen two of Epstein in the same room, like there were 2 Epsteins. Others have claimed, obviously, they were different implements and devices. The list goes on and on and on. And I'm assuming that for people who are willing to pay top dollar, Epstein would have been really willing to do anything for those individuals, which would have included, I'm guessing, producing and potentially snuff films. So when I saw this, there's no context here, but it says so much. It's a very short video, but it's so very fucked up. And if you want me to go down the rabbit hole and present some of the evidence that I've kind of come across on this topic, please let me know. I've done a bunch of videos about these things on my YouTube or for my podcast. But yeah, when I saw this today, my jaw absolutely dropped. I could not believe you have Epstein actually referencing video, a snuff film, in the Epstein files. I mean, crazy confirmation. Not everybody's insane.
It's kind of terrifying to think that Jeffrey himself might still be alive. Would I prefer that? Not really, but there's a lot of evidence that shows that he might still be here with us, and wherever he's at, he needs to stay far, far away.
Hey, fool. Stop playing, bro. This is not Kai, right? This is not real, right? Don't tell me that this is really fucking Kai, bro. This man really posed in all these pictures and took them. Fool, this gotta be AI, right? This AI. But if it ain't AI, they got this man. I didn't want to believe it. But if this is real, what I was believing is real too. People don't know. A lot of times it always start with the fashion too. Once you start dabbling into little shit like this, there's nothing you won't do. It's crazy how he picked that name, V-Vet. When now he one of their pets. They finna take his ass to the clinic. He about to put on a clinic. Fool, this ain't it, Kyle. And is that motherfucking nail polish? Oh, hell nah. They done made this man put on nail polish. A dress is coming soon.
A skier in China was mauled by a snow leopard. This all happened in China when the student that was a part of a ski school who was warned earlier that day that there may be snow leopards in the area, and because of the scarcity of food to be careful because they're hungry, she still couldn't help herself when she saw a snow leopard, which honestly looks so cute. I don't honestly blame her, but you can't be this stupid to walk up within 10 feet of a snow leopard in its own natural habitat and turn your back to it to take a selfie. Well, the snow leopard mauled her, mauling her. She didn't die or anything. She's in stable condition. And they do say because she was wearing a helmet that definitely protected her. The ski instructor was able to scare the snow leopard away. So let this be a lesson to anybody thinking that you could take a photograph with a wild animal and be safe. Or if they even know what a phone camera or selfie is, you've watched too many Disney movies and you are absolutely delusional.
Hey, did y'all know that cartilage doesn't regenerate? Once it's damaged, that's kind of it. That's why when Mike Tyson bit that dude's ear off back in the day, the missing piece never came back. I mean, you can look it up online. I'm dead serious. It's still gone. Which is interesting because whenever someone's ear takes serious trauma, you'd expect something, a notch or a scar, you know, a little souvenir that's left over. But I guess sometimes ears can bounce back like nothing ever happened. I'm not saying anything here. I'm just asking questions because either ears are tougher than we've ever been told, or maybe some people are just so special and their cartilage does regenerate. Anyways, fun fact.
The world is a stage. Catherine O'Hara is unalived at the age of 71. But what if I tell you this is another ritual? Because what are the odds that she was announced unalived 33 days before her next birthday? What are the odds that she was also announced unalived 33 years after Home Alone 2, where this guy had a cameo? And what are the odds that the same day that Kevin Warsh was announced as the replacement for Jerome Powell, the mom of Kevin in Home Alone was announced unalived? Is that just a coincidence, or is there more to that? I guess it's probably just a coincidence, right? And RIP to Catherine O'Hara. Oh yeah, and her character in Beetlejuice 2 was unalived in the movie, and she just so happened to be unalived because she was bitten by a snake. And who likes to read a certain poem about snakes? Again, this probably is just a coincidence. This is for entertainment purposes only. RIP to Catherine O'Hara.
Elon Musk is in the Epstein files. He asked Epstein if he can meet up on the island on the wildest night after he left St. Bart's. Wow.
It's crazy to think while I was chilling playing video games when I was younger, there's just, you know, billionaires like, yo, Jeffrey, bro, I'm trying to come over tonight. You know, I don't know what's real and I don't know what's not, because some people might just be getting blackmailed. Some people might actually, you know, have been doing this weird activity, but I don't know, bro. Y'all just should not have been texting my boy Jeffrey. Oh, he's not my boy. He's not my boy. I promise you he's not my boy. Because, you know, that wouldn't even be possible. I was like 9 years old. I was literally his target audience.
This little nugget head, Rakai, must be stopped immediately. This little is influencing a whole younger generation to act like him, fool. I love when black people get success, don't get me wrong. But at what cost, fool? This shit ain't it. Over the last week, I done seen a whole lot of children acting like this man right here, doing shit like this.
I'm paying. You don't talk like that. You don't talk like that. I'm paying, pussy. Fuck out the way. He pays for me. I like that. I ain't never seen it.
So he got people thinking that he's, but he say he's not. But he's acting like he's, which got people confused like, is he or is he not?
Had we sold our soul to the devil? How else can you explain us being here on the ground?
I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
What is it with this comment? Why could we make a compilation with hours of footage of people from Hollywood saying this exact same thing? Is it some inside joke? Or is it something much deeper? Take any successful entertainer in this industry, and at some point, and you will be able to find them say something similar at some point in the career. Why is this? You clearly have an angle, so do tell what you're trying to get at. But tell it to the ones that do idolize you and think that you're great. Because you see us here, we know what's going on.
Nicki Minaj is actually a time traveler.
Good old Nikki. Here I am going to show you the biggest deception that has been fooling people for years.
Tragic story of Princess Nicki Minaj. She was a Cambodian Thai princess born in the 1920s who married King Tom Holland IV.
What's really going on?
It's the
Have
same
you
person.
seen that movie called Godsend? I'm starting to believe they've been telling us their agenda for the longest, but we always brush it off.
It's the same person. Doppelgangers are definitely a thing, but this is too eerily similar.
You might think that this is just a younger version of Taylor Swift, and that's just it. But despite their uncanny resemblance, this girl's name is actually Becky. There is a theory that Taylor Swift is the successful queen of a clone program, which sampled their DNA from this lady, Zena Shrek, the former high priestess of the Church of Satan. See the resemblance? Shrek was a pop star and the high priestess of the Church of Satan till 1990, and coincidentally Taylor Swift was born in 1989. Both Taylor and
Random dog sounds are being played in certain neighborhoods at night, not because there are dogs, but to keep people mentally on edge. The theory says it's not about noise itself, it's about confusion. Your brain hears something familiar, but you can't find the source. No dog, no owner, just sound. And when your brain can't resolve it, it starts filling in the gap. If this sounds crazy, here's why people are connecting the dots. In the movie They Clone Tyrone, there's a scene where sound frequencies are used to manipulate behavior, keep people docile, distracted, and emotionally unstable without them realizing. Think about it. Low-level stimuli, repetitive noises, things that don't trigger panic, but never let you fully relax. There's no hard, concrete proof this is actually happening, but it's not exactly far-fetched either. It wouldn't be the first time the government targeted low-income neighborhoods with experiments. When people feel stressed, confused, and watched, they start asking why. And sometimes the scariest part isn't the sound itself, it's not knowing who put it there. Stay weird.
How you do that? Google the spirit of death. Hey, Google spirit of death. Yeah. Ready? All right. Hell! Oh, hell no! That's the spirit of death! Hell! Chill out, chill out. Spirit of death! Spirit of death, I'm sorry. Yeah. Wait, so they're dead? Yeah. So these are dead people. Oh my God! What the? It ain't nobody in there. Child, what the hell is this? What the hell? That is spirits in there. Chat, nobody's in here. What the heck? Wait, how is this moving? How is he moving? What the hell? Oh my God! How is it moving like that? Oh, how is he moving? They all moving.
Y'all know I was gonna see this, man. This is demonic. So if you don't know, Speed is on his African world tour. He likes to travel to different countries, continents, and he shows the culture, the traditions. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of beautiful cultures and traditions, but this one just ain't one of them. This is a voodoo, witchcraft, ancestral worship ritual. It's called Kumpo and Gungun Samai Kanaga, and it's witchcraft. It is voodoo. It is black magic. It is demonic. It's a masquerade. It's a demonic spirit that's literally moving underneath these stray or hay costumes. People are smoking, drinking, playing spiritual drums, dancing, all these things, and invoking spirits, manifesting spirits, honoring dead, and trying to connect to ancestors, which are just demons, familiar spirits masquerading. A lot of them is curses. You can't even touch them or you get cursed. But Speed is here dancing with them, all these different things. I understand, Speed, you streaming, you trying to show culture, tradition, all those things. You're just trying to experience Africa. I get it. But at the same time, you unintentionally, ignorantly are opening doors to demonic spirits, to witchcraft in your life. One of those people straight up told him, hey, that's a spirit of death, and you decide to play tag with it. Speed, I'm just warning you, bro, stop playing with these different things in Africa, bro, because it might look like fun or innocent tradition and culture, but it's actually the very thing that could open a dangerous spiritual door in your life. You gotta repent, you gotta renounce, and ultimately, you need Jesus. Jesus is the only authority over the spiritual realm that you're literally playing with. You don't want to end up needing some heavy prayer and deliverance. And my prayer, and I hope other people are praying for you, Speed, is that God spares you from what you're participating in out of your ignorance.
So y'all still don't believe mermaids are real? Y'all still don't believe they will pull your ass down in that water and people won't see you ever again? There's a man on this app telling you what these things do when they take you underwater. He's telling people that there's not only mermaids, but there are mermans as well. And when I say he vividly explained everything, that's your warning. He said that most people think of mermaids in a romantic sense, but mermaids are nothing like that. And he said they take you for several reasons. One, that you might have been by water alone. Two, you might have been drunk, disoriented. And he said they never take you for love. Now, if you jump down a mermaid rabbit hole, you'll see that people have been warned not to go by open bodies of water at night. Actually, there's a video floating around where a lady said she went to the beach at night. She was about to walk to the water and she looked and seen a man figure walk out of the water. And she said this figure was something like she's never seen before. Luckily, she didn't go closer because that figure might have took her back into the water when it left. So this man goes on to say that when these mermaids take you underwater, they use you as slaves, and not the type of slaves you think. If they take you underwater and you survive, because most people don't survive, but if you do survive, he said they'll have you tending to their nest. They'll have you guarding their territory and retrieving objects for wreck. But then he said that some of them might take you for companionship, and that's without consent. And you already know what that means, right? Y'all better stop playing with these things because you can't control the supernatural world. The supernatural world will control you. I'm out.
Y'all might not like what I'm finna say, but I'm finna say what everybody's scared to say. Those camp workers at Camp Crystal Lake wasn't wrong for letting Jason drown. Nope, they wasn't wrong. Because who was finna jump in there and save this? Huh? Who was finna go in there and grab him? Like, let's be for real, bro. If you want to blame anybody, blame his mama for sending him there. She was even tired of him. That's why she sent him there. She was tired of looking at Jason. She knew them kids was gonna talk about Jason and kick him all in his backside, man. She knew that. Kids are some of the biggest bullies in the world, and you can't tell me you thought they was finna let him slide. You can't tell me. As a parent, I would have knew better than to send my child to Camp Crystal Lake. He all out there in the water. I'm staying away from his ass too before he get me. He gonna grab me. Alive or dead, I feel like Jason would have grew up to be that anyway. It was already too much trauma done to him, man. It was already too much trauma to get him away from me, though. Get him away from me. Them counselors were wrong, bro. They did what had to be done.
You know, I'm all for dark humor, but I'm not gonna lie, you did not have to do him like that because, you know, bro might have been a nice guy. You never, you know. I guess some people really look interesting, but, you know, still gotta be nice, you know.
Drake has just responded after Pusha T and Jay-Z were just exposed to be in the Epstein files. For those of you guys that don't know, last night it was officially confirmed that Jay-Z and Pusha T were revealed to be in the Epstein files. Pusha T was specifically accused of being with Harvey Weinstein in 2007, where they ended up meeting with a girl and sexually abused her. As for Jay-Z, though, his allegations are a lot worse. Within the documents, it's saying that a girl ended up waking up with Jay-Z on top of her and doing things. And now with all of this happening, Drake seemingly responded to this entire situation on his Instagram post by throwing a diss at Jay-Z and Pusha T by trolling them on his Instagram. As you can see right here, this is what Drake ended up posting to his Instagram page, which was him throwing up the 6 God hand symbol within the caption saying more time with family and friends. Now the reason why this is a massive diss to Jay-Z and Pusha T is because those are lyrics from his song Two Birds in One Stone back in 2016, where he was dissing 2 people on this track, with one of them being Pusha T. Unless though, what he has my entire situation, Drake seemingly made fun of the entire situation with Pusha T and Jay-Z being exposed to be in the Epstein files. Are you guys rocking with Drake for this, or do you guys think that he's corny? And if you guys do like Drake, make sure you guys follow, subscribe, like, and comment for more updates like this.
So this is what really happens with Peter, Evie, Kanye. What we do on our way to a Vogue event. Ribs and french fries. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one. Thank you.